Sewmates, it's an absolute pleasure to have you once again on my channel. If this is your first time checking out my channel, I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for being here. And if you have been with me for the longest time or you just hop on board, thank you so much. Today is going to be a very quick one, and it's going to be a pattern drafting tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you how to calculate and how to cut a handkerchief flare. Now this is easy to do. It is no different from the other flares that you've been working with, and I'm going to show you just the little difference that it has. So now you're going to need your waist measurement and the length of the flare, the outfit that you're working with. This can be a peplum, it could be a skirt, it could be a dress, but it depends on what you want and what you're working with. And the calculations are going to be the same thing. All you need is your waist and the length of the project that you're working on. So for instance, if my waist is 34 inches and I need a length of 10 inches, then it means then that to find the radius of my flare, I will have to add my waist measurement to the necessary seam allowances that are the allowance that you're going to use and divide that by 6.28. So in my case, I'm gonna have my waist is 34 plus I need 1 inch for a zipper at the back of my flare. So that's gonna be 35 inches. I'm gonna divide that by 6.28 and it's gonna give me about 5.5 inches for my radius. Now when you want to know how much fabric you're going to need to fold this, you're going to take the length of the project that you're working with, you're going to add your radius to it, and then you're going to add your necessary seam allowance. And this seam allowance is you're going to need seam allowance to attach the peplum to the top half of the dress, and you're going to need seam allowance to maybe hem it, or that's what I mean by seam allowance here. So in total, I will have to have unfold 16.5 inches. Now, I do not have 16.5 inches. I'm going to just show you how the essence of it. So I'm assuming that my fabric is 16.5 inches unfold. So here it is, I folded it into 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to take my radius, which is 5.5 inches, but because I don't want it to be too big when I attach it, I am going to, so at the folded edge right here, I'm going to take my 5.5 inches, but because I don't want it to be too big, I'm just going to include my seam, take out my seam allowance, so that is going to be 5 inches. So I took ½ an inch out for seam allowance. So by the end of the day, and I put it on my dress or whatever I'm working with, it will come out right. So I'm gonna take 5 inches from the edge all the way around. Okay, 5 inches, 5 inches, 5 inches, 5 inches. So I'm gonna connect these dots like this, and you don't need to add seam allowance. Remember, we put it in. If you choose to put the 5.5 and then you add the ½ an inch at the top, it's fine. So what I said is that I don't have 16.5 inches. So I have basically 12 inches. But you put your correct measurement. I'm just working with what I have now. So I'm going to ensure that I have 12 inches here also. Okay, so ensure that this is straight, and you're just going to make a straight line. So let me show you what I mean. Okay, so you should ensure that it is straight. So I have 12 inches also here. So basically, you are drawing the end of it as a square. Okay, you're drawing it as a square. So I'm just gonna cut this off so that it doesn't confuse you, okay? And this is basically it. So you should ensure that you have 12 inches or whatever length you have right here, your total length, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut this out. If you are not making this into a handkerchief flare, then what you would have done is that you would have carried it all the way around like this, right? And cut that off. But for the handkerchief flare, this is what you're gonna have. So now what you're going to do is that you're gonna open this out, and this is what you're going to have, okay? So what you're gonna do now, you're gonna grab these two ends right here. You're gonna grab these two ends. Okay. And this is what you are going to have. And you're going to note these areas. They're going to be the side of the handkerchief. Note those areas. And then you're going to first put it together so that you could get the middle and the back. Okay? Get the middle and the back also. Okay? Okay? And then what you're gonna do, you're just gonna open one of these to where your zipper will go. Okay? And this, my friends, is your handkerchief flare. I think I might just do a dress or a peplum top with this style. So if you find this video helpful, do not forget to give me a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you'll be notified each time I make a video. Until we meet again, I will see you in my next one. Bye.